Hi, it's Jeanette. I'm back again to continue on where we left off. I'll just ink around this one. We're doing this all in the one day, so, but I just have to get my, I even thought of seeing if there's a course at TAFE that you can do to, you know, learn how to make videos properly and that sort of thing. So I might have to look into that. So that one's going to go there, and that's a bit of a nice background effect as well. What have I got to go on that side? Yeah. Okay, so I've got that. I've also got this little one. I'm going to use it as a bookmark. I will round the corners too. I like the rounded corners on that. I'll leave the bottom straight. And it's going to go behind that and pop up. Yep. Now I've got these two little bits that I loved. It's just texture. It's just little pieces of the cardstock, and I didn't want to throw it away. I'm going to cut around that again as well. I'm just loving stamps. They're stamp scissors at the minute. And I might just stamp something on those too. So let's have a look what we've got in my little stamp. I might go on there too. I like the effect of that. But let's have a look. I've also got these little ones. Oh, that might be nice. I like that. There's my blocks. This is some potting soil. Right, so we might do it like and I didn't do what I usually do. I usually have something underneath there. Let's see if I can be smart and not 100%, but okay. Now this one, where's my wet one to wipe her off? These came with a friend of mine. She has a bit of a craft store, and she gets all sorts of bits and pieces, and these she made up a bundle. And this was part of the bundle. The stamps with the papers. It's beautiful. I might just have, that's a grevillea. And I just think this is a bit cute. Let's pop him over there. Little gecko next to it. So let's just stain them. Well, you expect it, don't you? But that potting soil does stain. What else have we got? I was just looking for something that's got a bit of a a word on it. Where I live, if someone gives a hug, it's from the heart. That's lovely. So I wanted to do a lot of this, you know, stamp by hand, and I've got some kits, but this year is all about using up the stuff that I've got, and there's a lot of stamps and things. I love that little blue wren too. She might come in handy somewhere a bit later. Okay, so that can go there, and that can, actually that could probably pop in. Bum. I might have to do another one. Now, I did have envelope I've coffee stained, and I like the coffee staining, so I'm not going to put anything else on it. I'm going to leave it open, and inside I've got a big wildflower that I think this was from the scrub up at Billy's block. Beautiful. So that can go in there too. And that gives a little bit of colour to the page. So that can slot in there. I might somehow get that up a little bit. There we go. So that's that page. Now, next is the middle spread. And what I've got to do there, I've made a couple of tags, and these were from the kit. I've just backed them with the vanilla cardstock. I stamped a couple of pieces of card with that wood grain stamp, tin stamp that I had. And I'm just going to pop those on. I'll link around the edges, and I'm just going to pop those on as pockets. Okay, so we just do that. If I don't embellish too heavily, then whoever gets it, with the extra little bits and pieces that are in there, if they want to do something different, they can do that. Okay, so we will do the heavy duty again. And this is a cardstock that I coffee stained. And I'm popping that right to the edge to strengthen the edges of the paper, and you can still see the beautiful effect of the paper that Shah Fisher did here. That one just goes there. So basic, I want the paper here to be the main feature of this. So I'm not going to put anything else on it. I'll just put the tags in there. That's for the next page. And I'm thinking of putting Yep. So these are the stamps that Kazaz had put out. They're Aussie ticket stamps. So the rest of those can go in there. And I will just ink around those. So it's very basic, but I mean there's still heaps that you could do to it, but I just think it's there's enough there. Yep, don't want to do too much. Having said that, what if I did this is where you could bunch up the threads and pop behind here as well. That would work really well. Now, I think this is going to be too a bit scungy after the other side, doesn't it? Okay. I love this material. A girlfriend gave it to me. She'd had it for patchwork, and she's not doing that anymore. So she asked if I wanted it, and we don't say no to materials, do we? Okay. Nice. Yes, I enjoy doing these little, each month there's a different theme for this, for the journals, for the signatures. At the end of the year, last year I think I got 4. I still haven't put them into a journal. I've thought about the cover, but that's another thing we'll have to do. I have to write on my to-do list. I've still got Susanna's collage pages to do. I've got everything worked out, but I haven't got it done yet. So there it are, very basic in the centre, but when you open it, lovely. Now on the back part here, this one, let me put it together. Okay. So this is a map of Australia, and it's got all the towns written down all on it. So I'm going to basically use that as a bit of a pocket down here for this. Don't worry about the world coming to an end, it's already tomorrow in Australia. I thought that was cute, so I'm going to pop that behind the map of Australia. And then this one is just a disc, and it's got the bush, dingo, sweeping plains, galahs, cobber, Aussie, lucky country, barrier reef, true blue, colony, yakka-wattle, outback. So it's just a bit of a embellishment with all the different things that you can find in Australia. And so that's going to go there after, you guessed it, make it look a bit sunburnt, like the old sunburnt country. Poor old thing's burnt at the moment, eh? Oh my golly. It's just so sad. And just that inking just makes that just pop. Same with this, I want just a dusting. So this is going to go from there. Okay, so this is where I live down here, Wallaroo, South Australia. It's on the York Peninsula. Beautiful part of the world. Right by the sea. That's going to go there. And this one, let's do that. The wattle. Okay. Now, no, I've got that there, got that piece at the side. And I can't put it down there because I'll cover up the windmill, so I think it's going to have to stay unless I do, no, and it won't go. No, I think I'm going to leave it at that. If I keep going anymore, I'll spoil it. So there we go. There's my swap in the Australian themed signatures. So we've got front, and as you flip through, you always find something that you haven't done. And this is what this was my first instinct to pop these on here, so we will do that now. Yep. This one's going to go down here. No, it's not. It's going to go up here. Top. Down the bottom here. Yep. Now the next one, I want to go sort of stagger them down the side of the page so that they look even as you look at the journal, at the signature, because so I've really enjoyed doing this one. I did want to do a full Australian journal, so that's also on the cards. Not that much on the cards this year. We'll see how we go. But my word for the year is positive, so we will see how we go. I don't usually make New Year's resolutions or, you know, any promises to myself, because the last few years haven't been real happy. But this year I thought positive was the one. So we'll see how we go. It's going to be a good year. Not just for me, but for everyone, I hope. So this one we'll just put up above there. Okay, now we will do the flip through. So the front, very plain. The only thing I thought of later on was you just pop a bit of glue on here and just put some, it's called, yep, floral, I'll get it. I was soft. I was close, I mean. Flower soft. And I've got that in white. But what I'll do is stamp it again on something else and try it. And the idea is you just put your glue on there, you sprinkle that on, and you can use it for snow, but you know, it's they call it flower soft. So I might do that and just get those to pop out a little bit better. but we'll try that and I'll... Okay, so there's the front cover with those beautiful threads. I'm going to do more of those. They look really effective. And then the next page we've got our fabric flip, and that shows a bit more of the sun coming through. And then I will back that card, back it on the vanilla cardstock, and then we've got the 3 little flowers there that also came out of the scrub on Billy's block. So there, and then we'll put the other one behind there. And then on this page we've got our little pockets. We've got the big journaling card, the tall one, the flower, and the smaller one. And then we open up to the inside with our 2 journaling cards that are writing space on the back. And I mean, this is writing space as well. And then we've got that one with our don't worry. It's always already tomorrow in Australia. And our farmyard with the pockets, the scrub, the gum trees, the gum nuts, and then the windmills on the back out in the paddock. And then the old tractor up the top and our beautiful old red dog. So that's my entry in the paper art, anyway, in my swap. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll say goodbye now, and until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye for now.